Hello, everyone. Just checking in for Module 5. This week we are reading Donald Gustafson's essay, Grief. This is obviously a longer piece than we are used to reading, so it's going to take your time, dedication, and effort to really understand what's going on. I have made, I think, 4 separate videos on different parts of the essay to guide you. The subject matter is, of course, grief, and I don't think it's particularly difficult, but it is an academic essay. It's written by an academic philosopher for other philosophers, so it's not the easiest read, but it's not too difficult for you. It's just going to take more time to read it. So spend your time wisely this week reading it so that you do feel like you have a grasp of what is going on in Gustafson. I do have multiple videos to help you read it more profitably. We are obviously talking about grief, and the important thing, I think, to keep in mind from the very start about Gustafson is that he's trying to define it. That is, he's trying to give a very rigorous and sufficient, adequate, I should say, definition of grief that will hold up to criticism, but it will also define grief in such a way that it distinguishes grief from other emotions, and that's really something to keep in mind. The centerpiece of Gustafson's essay is his definition G of grief, and it's important to know why he has the things in there that he has, the 3 different elements that he thinks need to be present in someone's mind in order to be truly said to be grieving, and to have some reason for why he thinks that this is the correct definition of grief. I think I pretty much give short shrift in the essay, in the videos, to his defense of it, because I think that is much of it really is a matter of one academic philosopher anticipating the criticisms of other academic philosophers, but I do dip into that. The important thing is really, I think, when we look at Gustafson's essay, to understand, again, that definition G, what makes it distinctive, and really what is controversial in it, which is to say also what is new in it. It's and I should say that it's well worth the effort, especially read in conjunction with the Module 6 reading, C.S. Lewis's A Grief Observed. It is very fruitful to keep Gustafson's ideas about grief in mind when we're actually reading the particular personal account of grief that C.S. Lewis gives, and to sort of test it, to test Gustafson, I should say. His general theoretical ideas about grief tested against the testimony of one person's real life experience of it, to see if Gustafson actually sheds any light. So this is kind of a pep talk. It's a long and parts difficult read, but there's definitely a payoff. But you can't give the reading short shrift. You simply have to spend enough time with the reading to really feel confident that you know what Gustafson's getting at. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or in any way difficulties with the reading or anything, please feel free to contact me.